July 4th, 2026. Dear Patriotic Me, what does it mean to be patriotic? Today is the 250th birthday of America, and I'm just sitting at home. It's not that I don't want to be out watching the fireworks light up the sky. I do. I've always enjoyed the display. For me, the 4th of July has always been spent with family. As kids, each year my mom would buy us the Old Navy shirts. The girls all wore one version and the boys all wore another. My parents always made sure to take us to the show, even when we were little. I distinctively remember this year I was jealous of my parents. It was the one and only time I can ever recall my dad and my mom holding hands. All I could think of was how much I wish someone was holding my hand too. It seemed so romantic to me. All these years later, I have never forgotten that feeling or memory. Holidays are always associated to the family affairs for me. I get really sad around them. They are just a sad reminder that my life is so different than I imagined. The last time my family went to see fireworks was with my husband and his son. My husband has always made sure to be active on the holidays we've had him. I loved it. I loved watching him be a dad. But once it was just the two of us, that stopped. I don't even know if he recognized it. Holidays were just less important to him. As I sit here talking in my journal, I wonder if it was just hard for him to celebrate without his son, or if it just didn't matter that I still needed to. It seems like it's this tug of war that we play every holiday. Birthdays, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I need it to be the celebration. I need it to be people being excited to come together and sharing these traditions. He just needs it to be another day. If I can't show up for myself and I can't show up for my family, how am I to show up for my country? How am I supposed to be patriotic? I tried to at some point. I actually tried to sign up to join the military. I was going to join the Air Force. I was scared and I was nervous, but I was also excited. Something that I could do, something that I could possibly be good at. Several people told me that I wouldn't be any good in the military. They were probably right. But it just reminded me of how many times in my life I've wanted to do something and people have discouraged me. Someone has told me that they thought I couldn't do it or I shouldn't do it, and so that's what happened. I believed them. I listened to them. Tonight, as I talk to my journal, I can hear the fireworks in the distance. I can see them light up the sky from my window. And I'm sad. I'd love to be the kind of person who hosts a 4th of July party where we're cooking hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill and all our friends and family are together and we're watching these displays. But the important part there is that I'm with my friends and family. I miss being around my brothers and sisters. I miss seeing them and hanging out with them and just being silly the way that we are. I don't get the opportunity to see them as much as I would like to, if at all. My closest brother lives in Michigan, and that's quite a drive here from Kansas, which is where I live. I have two other brothers in California, and all three of my sisters are in California. I only see them and talk to them very rarely. Both of my parents are still in California, and I only talk to them twice a year at best. I attempt to call on Father's Day and on my dad's birthday. It's safer for me. It's easier for me to have less contact with my mom than more. I know that when I reach out, there's always some type of judgment, and I'm not good at handling it. And despite having all those feelings, I still miss being able to be a family. I imagined as a little girl that I would grow up and have these big dinners and birthdays with all my siblings and their significant others and their children. And that's so far from where I am now. Now I am a married woman, foster kiddo I adore. I have a stepson who hates me. I have a husband who supports that. I have numerous kids out there. And I am the loneliest person that I know. It wasn't meant to be like this. It wasn't meant to be this sad or this lonely. So how do you celebrate when you don't feel like you have a reason to? Yes, theoretically speaking, I could celebrate the country. But as of right now, I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to celebrate about that. I recognize that there are lots of people who think that America is the end all be all of countries. We should be so thankful for the things that we do have rather than acknowledging the things that we don't. And I guess that's easy to say when the things that you don't affect you. That's like me telling someone that they should be happy with their shit sandwich because at least they have something to eat while I sit in front of them and eat a steak. Hey, at least you had the food, right? There are some people who are starving. I don't know how to wrap my head around that logic. I don't know how we can see an entire society of people hurting and celebrate as if nothing's going on. Yes, I recognize that for many, life just goes on. And I'm sure that it's nice to be able to have that thought process that life just goes on. In my position, I feel like I have to use that excuse all too often. Well, this bad thing happened, life goes on. This traumatic thing happened, life goes on. This person said this, so life goes on. This person did this, so life goes on. I feel like it's one giant bubble of being the bigger person as I die inside. I am a bleeding heart. I've always been a bleeding heart. That's just my nature. I want to help everybody all the time. So I don't know how to celebrate the small wins. mental health. It's fun. For example, my kiddo got out of the hospital and I'm insanely proud of him. My daughter got out of the hospital. I'm insanely proud of her. But I have so many other kids in that hospital who I want to escape. And I don't know how to celebrate the wins knowing that they're still there. Doesn't mean that I'm any less proud of the two that are out. That's not the case at all. I just find myself wishing I could do more. I could help more. I could save more. And honestly, that's not really true, right? I can't save the world. I can't help everybody, despite wanting to. I was joking that I could never be a millionaire. I'd be the poorest millionaire in the world because my money would go to everybody else. I'd buy land and build homes and adopt all the kids. The difference being that with adopting all the kids, they would all get the same amount of love for me. And that sounds ridiculous, especially coming from my family, where there were 7 kids, but there wasn't enough love to split across the 7 kids. I know what that feels like. I hate that feeling. America's kind of like that. We have all these people, but we can't afford to love all these people, so we only love the select few and the other ones to just tolerate whatever's left. It's a repeat of why some of us don't matter. I get to grapple with not mattering to my family and not mattering to my country. The most interesting part about that is there's going to be someone who assumes it's for one reason or another that I feel that way. And I will let your assumptions run wild. It doesn't bother me. I've had people assume things about me for years. Since I was a child, since I was told that I was to get pregnant at 16 and that the boy that I liked could never love me or that I would never make anything of my life. People have been telling me for years all the things about me. I hear that if I'm married to a white man that I can't possibly be proud of who I am. I can't possibly be pro-black. This world likes to tell you who you are. They don't care whether they're wrong or right about it. They just define you. You're this, that, the other, and the third. I don't think there's ever been an opportunity where we just get to define ourselves. And the argument's going to be, yes, there is. We get to define ourselves. Do we? Why can't I just be me? A human who happens to live on Earth, who happens to live in America, who likes the things that she likes. But that's not a thing. I have to be a black woman, apparently. I have to be ambitious. I have to be quiet and loud. I have to be respectful. And I have to be menacing. I have to be every contradiction in the world. Because that's how America's set up. According to America, I should be settled down with several different babies by different baby daddies on welfare, not making it. In reality, that is not where I am. I've never been on welfare, never had kids, let alone different daddies. And the majority of the kids that I have fostered have been white. And yet some will still look at me like I'm the problem. I live in a small town. A small town. I recognize it was an interesting choice to make, but I made it. Got a house that I loved, on land that I loved. So be it. But it doesn't come without its faults. When I first moved here, I was afraid to live here. I was having nightmares, legit nightmares, that people were going to come into my house and hurt me. And they always looked the same. And I was genuinely terrified, to the point where I have to make sure that all my doors are locked. Windows are closed. Yes, I'm OCD, but it's more than just that. I just am at a point where I don't necessarily feel safe in my own home, although nothing has ever happened to me in my home. Am I paranoid? Probably. Does it make it less valid? No. So how do I be proud of where I'm from? How's the expectation that I am proud to be from a country when I'm not even proud to be in my own skin? And I don't mean that as I'm not proud to be black. I mean that I hate who I am in general. How do you expect me to be proud of something else when I don't even like me most of the time? And it's not that I don't have a reason to dislike me. I know I can do great things. I'm a pretty good cook. I'm a decent baker. I love with my whole heart. My dogs are probably fed better than lots of children in this world. My kids know that I love them. There's not a doubt in their mind. There's no question in their mind. They know that I love them. People know that if they need something, they can count on me. I will always do my best to help and take care of it. I have so many great qualities, and yet I still feel like I'm not enough. I'm not doing enough. I can't change the world. I can't make it better. I can't change people. I don't really want to change anybody. I just want them to see what I see. I want them to know that there are lots of people in this world who find it hard to be, who find it hard to celebrate the big things when they can't even celebrate the little things. There are those of us tonight who are putting on a mask and going out and celebrating when all we want to do is hide in a corner. And there are those of us hiding in a corner who would rather have people care enough to bring them out. There's a plethora of people out there who are just like you and just like me. We deserve to be heard and seen and loved and wanted. Fundamentally, we know that. Somewhere in our brains, we recognize that, but we also recognize that we are too much of a burden for anybody to bear that cross. So, I don't know how patriotic I can be. I don't know how much of a mom I could be, or a wife I can be, or a sister or a daughter I can be. I don't know how to be any of those things. I'm still not sure how to be me. That's just kind of where we're at. So, if you find yourself questioning all your life choices tonight instead of wishing everybody a happy 4th of July, if you find yourself sitting in a room somewhere, watching America celebrate and wondering what the heck is going on over there. If you find yourself fixated on the fact that you can't even show up for yourself, you're in the right spot. We'll figure it out together. We'll learn and we'll grow and we'll communicate with us the way people should have communicated with us from the beginning. I'll listen and I'll hear you and I'll speak when I need to speak, but I'll be silent when I need to be silent. Sometimes we just need someone to recognize who we are. Holidays make me realize that not many people know that, who I am. So, just remember, today is another page in the story. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be written. And before you close your journal tonight, ask yourself, what was your slice of pie today? Until tomorrow, love you loud.